Hello and welcome to the Night Parade podcast, brought to you by Night Parade Studio, where we shine light on the dark. Each episode we present to you a case on all things true crime and paranormal. We'll be your hosts for this evening. My name is Glenn.
And my name is Jan.
And we work together here with the team at Night Parade Studio to bring you this show. We got a pretty insane episode planned for you guys today. We hope you guys enjoy. Today we're continuing our season of Disgraced Icons with someone who at the time of this recording is still at large. Yep, he's still out and about making money off his music, and as always we'll be linking all our sources down in the description below.
And for those of you tuning in with us for the first off, welcome to the Night Parade. Today's episode we'll be covering our third individual of the season, and it is featuring someone who has been infamously getting away with sexual misconduct for a very long time. Another fall from disgrace. Another fall from grace after the rise to stardom. Another former rock star. His name is Dahvie Vanity. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Alright, so Dahvie Vanity is the frontman of the disgraced crunkcore band Blood on the Dance Floor. They were very popular during the Warped Tour era, just like Ian Watkins. They toured with acts like Jeffree Star, who we're going to be talking about later in this episode. They also toured with Broken Side and New Year's Day. Pretty much since they started touring, there have been numerous allegations of sexual assault made towards Dahvie Vanity. Only recently have these girls been able to come out with their stories online and be taken seriously. Guys, there were so many rabbit holes when it came to this case. This guy was involved with so many girls that were underage at the time. Now these women are a lot older and a lot stronger. Each has her own story about her experiences with Dahvie Vanity involving grooming, sexual, emotional, and mental abuse. A lot of these girls' experiences lasted for years. And there are so many videos about this case out there, it won't be hard for people to find information on it, especially since Chris Hansen and the FBI are doing their own investigations into the case. We're just going to be discussing a general overview of it, but there's lots more to look into. Multiple YouTubers, namely Repzilla, Taymimi, Edwin's Generation, and Belle, Aubrey, would interview survivors on their channel, so you can check them all out, and there's hours of footage to go through.
Yeah, make sure you check them out. But before we talk about anything else, let's talk about Dahvie Vanity's background. Now, Dahvie Vanity's legal name is Jesus David Torres, and he was born in 1984 in North Carolina. Soon after they moved to Orlando, Florida, and there he gained a small following as Dahvie Vanity, the elite hair god during the MySpace era. Yeah, the elite hair god. It's rumored that he wasn't even a licensed hairdresser, so under the table pay, you already know.
I see. Yeah. So up on the screen, we're going to have one of Dahvie's blog posts from MySpace back in the day, and I'll read it out for you guys. Be prepared. Dahvie, you're so obscene. I got that wicked style, and I love it wild. I never really cared if people stared. I'm a walking form of pop art, and when you talk your shit, you're only making me famous. I'm not a trend sweater, I'm a trend setter. Oh, God. You gotta break the mold before you grow too old. Bitch, please, your gossip has made me an indestructible celebrity. Get close and see what happens. I'm fierce to the maximus. I'm a lover, not a dancer. And I'll get you wetter than Hurricane Katrina. Oh, God. He talks like an angsty teenage girl.
He does. You could really see the immaturity in his language there.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah. Now we're gonna show you guys a picture of him from high school compared to the picture of him as Dahvie Vanity from the most recent that we could find.
Yeah.
And for you guys that are just, on the podcast and listening, on the left side we have his photo from what I can only tell is very, very long time ago.
Yeah, I think he graduated. I don't know when he graduated. Before the '90s, I think.
Okay, yeah, it's a long time. It's a black and white picture. It looks like he just came back from the army.
Yeah.
And on the right side, really a 180 to those emo phase that you guys went through.
Mm-hmm.
It really is just that. Yeah, long hair, bangs to the side, spiky hair in the back, a little bit of, I would say,
Okay, so
eyeliner.
I think he did graduate in the '90s.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks like I don't know, like he has the nine-tailed fox spirit trapped inside him. On the right,
Yeah.
I don't know, like an anime character.
Yeah.
Something.
His scene look and outrageous personality would be popular on MySpace. Now, MySpace was like Facebook or Twitter back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And MySpace celebrities were basically influencers from back then.
Yeah, that's right.
Like the TikTokers that you guys watch today,
Yeah,
those are influencers back
like
then.
Back then, the MySpace celebrities.
Yes, and yeah. There are a few more just like him that are like MySpace celebrities, and this include Nick Sor, Jeffree Star, Christopher Drew of Never Shout Never, and Hannah Beth.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about crunkcore as a genre. Now, crunkcore is a genre created by fusing elements of crunk, punk rock, pop, and electronic dance music. And it was characterized by its screaming vocals, its auto-tune, hip-hop beats, and sexually provocative lyrics. That's a lot to put into a genre. Mm-hmm. And it was very popular during the late 2000s, but it had its decline in the mid-2010s. Notable crunkcore bands include Breathe Carolina, Broken Side, and Blood on the Dance Floor. A lot of these artists ended up being hugely influential to today's emo rap artists, including Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, and XXXTentacion.
Now let's talk about the Blood on the Dance Floor. On Dahvie's 22nd birthday, he started a band called Love the Pet. Now let's talk about the Blood on the Dance Floor. Now, let's talk about Blood on the Dance Floor.
Yeah.
On Dahvie's 22nd birthday, he started a band called Love the Fashion with Christopher Monjillo and Rebecca Fugate, right?
Yeah.
And Dahvie would eventually kick them both out when they couldn't go on tour. We don't know what the reason was. Mm-hmm. And the band was formed with the official name Blood on the Dance Floor back in 2007.
Okay.
Their inspirations include Jeffree Star and Hello Goodbye, and many more. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. In 2008, they would release their first album called "Let's Start a Riot," which was complete trash. And we're not gonna subject you to this torture by playing his music. Instead, we'll read you some of his lyrics, and it's pretty damning. Mm-hmm. This is from the song "I Heart Hello Kitty." HELLO, show me you're such a hoe. KITTY, bitch, I'll make you fucking cry. HELLO, get down on your knees and blow. KITTY, you're such a fucking cutie pie.
And from the Innocent High song lyrics, he said, "Don't need detention, I'm the snitch. After school, make me your bitch. In the hall, flash your tits. Behind the desk, suck my dick."
Hey, yo!
Today's lesson plan, it's how to give a rim job, bury my face in your ass, and beat me till your cock throbs. Seesaw, seesaw, slide my face up and down. On the desk by the lockers, fuck me on the playground. Now, these lines very, very sexual and explicit for you to be releasing to any of your, your fans, right?
Yeah.
Especially them being like young girls, Mm-hmm. And yeah, as you guys can see, their music is garbage. And you know, they released several other albums which are awful, you know, and they're really not even worth mentioning. You know what? Forget I said anything about those albums. That's how bad they are.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about the band members that came and went. You see, Dahvie, he would consistently kick out and replace the band members, but there's three notable ones that all have horrible experiences with him. Let's talk about Garrett Ecstasy. He was in the band from 2008 to 2009, and during the recording of their second album, Garrett McLaughlin.
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 Yeah, McLaughlin.
McLaughlin, aka Garrett Ecstasy, was recruited to do backup vocals, and together they released the album "It's Hard to Be a Diamond in a Rhinestone World."
Why your album so long? Your album title so long for, like, Jesus Christ! Stick to a word and just be done with it. That's it. You know what? It's hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone world. Like,
it's so cheesy too.
Yeah, right. Like, come on, dude. No, just
yeah. Together with Garrett, Blood on the Dance Floor, they would release 3 more EPs.
And let's talk about their OMFG tour. Now, this would be the band's first national tour as a headliner. It's big for them.
That's big, yeah.
Yeah, it's really big for them. And during this tour, Dahvie had sexually assaulted a girl right before he got on stage to perform. He did this literally before a performance. So as he was performing, cops would come into the building and physically drag Dahvie off the stage to arrest him, right? And this is happening in front of his fans, and you guys can learn more about this on Chris Hansen's interview with Mal Levy, Ari, and Torian. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
This actually happened. He was dragged off stage.
Yeah, a lot of people witnessed this. And, you know, in that interview, actually, she states that she had been raped orally. So, you know, afterwards she had switched soda in her mouth to clean it. This would cause her to fail the rape kit. And, you know, happens when you fail the rape kit.
Wow.
There were no criminal charges, right? So Dahvie's dad had to drive from Florida to Colorado to bail him out. And then they drove home, leaving Garrett to finish the tour on his own. So he was left hanging on his tour.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back to her, like, cleaning her mouth to fill the rape kit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he planned that.
Oh yeah, he did.
He probably planned that.
Oh, for sure he did.
Like, to give her a soda.
Yeah. This thing, he had this, like, plan to the most tiniest detail, you know, so that he won't.
You can tell how calculated.
Exactly.
This guy was.
Is really, like, premeditated to a point. You know what I mean?
He's a true predator.
Yeah.
And then he goes and leaves his band member to
perform. Yeah, to perform
own.
For the rest of the tour. Not just for that day, for the whole tour.
What the heck?
Yeah, so after that happened, there's actually videos online of Garrett performing the rest of the performances by himself. Like, you know, Dahvie's gone. He's off the stage. It's just Garrett up on stage just doing whatever he can to...
Trying to save the band.
Yeah, save the band. Please the fans. Yep. And after all this, Dahvie kicks Garrett out the band for apparently being a lazy druggie. Okay, whatever you say.
Yeah.
And he also claims that, and after all this, Dahvie kicks Garrett out of the band.
What?
For apparently being a lazy druggie, right? Also claiming he attempted to steal Dahvie's trailer, his gear, his debit card, and his merch money.
Dang.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, for you to
those are bold claims.
Yeah, exactly. Big
after somebody who saved the band.
Exactly, performing for you after you had, you know, dished them out.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Let's talk about the next band member, because Garrett was Let's talk about the next band member because Garrett was quickly replaced by Jayvon Monroe, who was 18 years old at the time. He was young and very impressionable by the manipulative Dahvie. Together, they re-recorded all of their old songs with new vocals by Jay. In 2009 and 2010, they toured opening for Broken Side, and it was during this time Dahvie would become infamous with his behavior towards minors. And also at this time, Jeffree came out with his infamous tweets accusing Dahvie of underage sex, and also at this time, the Jessie Slaughter case was happening. So this is a lot of stuff was happening.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that's going on.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about the Jessie Slaughter case later too. So during Jay's interview with Chris Hansen, he states that Dahvie had been taking advantage of him for being younger, and by doing things like never actually paying him. Instead, he would just pay for all his bills. This made Jay feel like a child, and it kept Dahvie in control of Jay during his time with Blood on the Dance Floor. Dahvie assumed somewhat of like a parenting role for Jay, and he even prevented Jay from seeing his family.
What the hell?
Yeah, he did that. He would even keep Jay from getting his HIV medication, which he was diagnosed while touring, and Jay went on to say how uncomfortable he got when he got older, and he would sing these overtly sexually explicit lyrics to kids in the audience.
Oh yeah,
he said he felt like a pervert.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's insane. Like, you guys heard what the lyrics were.
Those lyrics.
You know what I mean? So imagine performing that in front of a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah, the majority of his audience was little girls.
Yeah,
crazy.
This is insane.
And he's singing that kind of stuff to them.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, we're gonna link the video to Jay's interview in the description down below. And Jay would officially leave Blood on the Dance Floor with a public statement on Facebook and Tumblr highlighting Dahvie's abuse, manipulation, and holding him financially hostage. Oh, man, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just you don't do that to somebody that
you're working with.
Yeah, yeah. Especially for somebody that that replaced the bandmate that you've thrown out for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Right? And for you to be controlling his life like that is something that you really do not do over somebody.
Like, why would you need somebody to for this type of thing?
Exactly. Like, you're not letting him see his family. You're gonna go as far as that. Like, that is insane. You know what I mean?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna put on the screen a meme, and it's to illustrate how people began to view him as, and because not everyone believed it at the time. And it's a picture for those of you listening with us on the podcast. It's a picture of Dahvie Vanity's face with his whiskers, looking like the nine-tailed fox. With the top text and bottom text, and it goes, "Nice kids you got there. It would be ashamed if someone molested them." Yeah, so I mean, it kind of just goes to show, like,
this is
how people saw this.
Yeah, this is like people just really taking shots at it.
And they're making memes on it.
Yeah, there's just memes. The OG memes. This is where we all started. And for him to be part of that, that's pretty big. Once you become a meme, you can't come back from that.
Yeah,
true. All right, now let's talk about Fallon Vendetta.
Yeah,
and she was part of the band from 2016 to 2018. Fallon Vendetta dated, Dahvie while she was in the band, and at this time, she didn't believe the allegations because of how charismatic Dahvie really was in person. He was apparently very likable.
Yeah.
Right? And as of now, she completely supports all survivors coming forward to share their stories and all that kind of stuff. She also came out in an interview with Belle Aubrey detailing her experience, which we'll link in the description below if you guys want to check that out. And she exclaimed how Dahvie would always twist the truth in order to get her or get you to agree with him, or to start feuds between people, right? So he was basically like that master manipulator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot. Actually, a lot of people call him that
Yeah,
during the interviews. Yeah.
So really, he really was able to get into your mind and, control you in a way that you really do not want to do for yourself.
It's scary when
Yeah.
somebody's good at something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So he tried to use one of Fallon's photographers who refused to work with Dahvie because of all the allegations. Dahvie explained to her that being with him, people are going to talk a lot of smack and make a lot of stuff against him, right? Like,
Yeah, he's manipulating her.
Yeah, exactly. Or already kind of like, putting up the con right there, setting up the trap, right? He would constantly talk to other girls while they were dating, right? And she described one event seeing a picture of some girl's boobs pop up on his phone, right? While they were working.
Wow.
In front of her daughter.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, and that's fucking crazy, right? While they were dating, she would get spammed with hate messages accusing her of being an enabler. So, letting her know, like, you're letting this happen, And they're also talking about, like, what kind of mom are you? Like, you're such a bad mom, You shouldn't be, dating someone who's like that. Creating pages against her, calling her a terrible mother.
Yeah.
That hurts. If somebody calls you like you're a terrible parent to your kid, and you're doing everything that you could.
Yeah, she had it rough.
Exactly. So eventually, she couldn't take it anymore, and this kind of treatment, the hateful messages, and she was juggling 2 other careers, also a mother for her kids. She leaves right after that. Like, she was gone. Because, I get it, dude, come on. I would leave too. That was me, right?
Good for her that she left that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
for real. Yeah.
Good also that she's coming out and talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the allegations made towards Dahvie Vanity, because there were so many. Last year, YouTubers started interviewing the survivors, and lots of these cases have been going on for like more than a decade now.
Yeah.
And you'll find a lot of these videos on YouTube right now, as previously mentioned. The FBI is now conducting an investigation into the case, and many YouTubers, even Chris Hansen, are doing their own investigations into the case. And these are all in an effort to put this man in prison.
Yes.
Yeah, because he shouldn't be on the streets.
Yeah, no, he really shouldn't. He shouldn't be on the streets. That's for sure.
Yeah. So right now, here's a clip of Dahvie on stage demanding for women in the audience for their bras. He especially wants the Hello Kitty bra. Pay close attention.
None of this would be possible. So thank you. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Give me your bras right now. Give me all your bras. I want them all. Give me your bras right now. I
got away
want
with
your
this
bras. You see
Yeah.
this thing?
This is
Give it to
insane.
me right the fuck now.
You're just
He's
seeing demanding.
Approved.
He's demanding.
Yeah, it's the live show.
Give me that Hello Kitty. Give me that Hello Kitty. I want it. Here we go.
Wow. It's crazy how he got away for so long with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. This is something that you really should not be getting away with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have seen this. You know what I mean? And this is literally on YouTube right now.
It's a good thing that it's getting talked about now.
Oh yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure. Finally, there's something that's happening,
Some
right?
coverage.
Yeah. Let's talk about Ash Costello from the band New Year's Day. All right. So they've toured with Blood on the Dance Floor a few times around in 2012. Ash mentions in her interview with Chris Hansen her own experiences with Dahvie, how it led to her stopping with the Blood on the Dance Floor, like basically stop touring with them.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, if you guys want to see the interview, the full interview, we'll put the link in the description below. But continuing, at first she thought they were really nice. like the whole band,
Yeah.
Blood on the Dance Floor.
Uh-huh.
Like, they were really nice, you know, even Dahvie, right?
Yeah.
But that all turned around when Dahvie tried drawing all over her face while she was on stage in front of her fans.
Wow.
Right? So this is literally during the performance. This is happening. Okay? He would shoot her with a water gun while she was in a dressing room, which is really perverted, by the way. Right?
Wow.
And during the All the Rage tour, as she was getting dressed in between shows, she's attacked and choked by a dark figure wearing a bunny costume. She knew it was Dahvie because it was his height. And also, it was the costume Dahvie wears during his shows. What kind of... you're fucking stupid for wearing the same fucking thing in the first place. And you're sick, dude, for doing that to your, like... These are your friends.
Yeah, they're supposed to be, I don't know, they're people that you work with.
Yeah.
You should at least try to respect them.
Exactly.
And saying it was a Halloween prank? That's crazy.
He mentions that it was a Halloween prank.
You choked her.
That's insane.
You choked her in a bunny costume.
There's no such thing, man. You shady. During the scene in Dead tour, during the scene is Dead tour, she starts hearing more and more rumors about Dahvie. She starts seeing young girls more often in the backstage, hanging out with Dahvie, and mothers would be asking around where their daughters are, and they would be with Dahvie in the backstage, basically, you know? Yeah.
That looks really bad.
Exactly. And he would say things like, you have to suck my dick if you want to make it into Hollywood. This is to Ash Costello. This is what he would say. Okay, that for you to say as a rock star, that is insane towards your colleagues.
Yeah,
you know, you already know them, dude. Like,
that's crazy.
Exactly. This is, and actually, I missed one detail. This is in front of fans. This is not in private. This happens in front of fans.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So he would constantly shove her and belittle her. He would he broke a crew member's laptop because of an issue with lighting.
Wow.
He didn't own that laptop.
What
Okay.
a dickhead.
Yeah. After discussing it with her bandmates and crew, they all decided that what was going on was wrong, and they wanted to leave the tour.
Yeah.
Their management told her that just, keep it on the down low and finish the tour. All right, just let it slide.
Yeah.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Oh,
because
man.
speaking against this guy at this point is a career suicide. Basically, that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go anywhere by attacking this dude with these type of allegations.
Yeah.
Yeah. A fan had asked if they were going to perform with Blood on the Dance Floor. They said no. They said they wouldn't be doing it ever again because they don't feel comfortable with them anymore. I mean, I would be too, right? This information gets to Dahvie, and New Year's Day is able to get kicked off the tour early. This is the blessing in disguise,
Yeah, so I guess it works out for them.
Yeah, they wanted to get out the tour, and, this being the reason, it's good for them. It's good for them. Dahvie calls Ash the next morning, wanting, to talk in the studio alone.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling her to show up alone.
Yeah.
She shows up, right? But
Yeah.
not alone, right?
Of course.
She's not stupid.
She's not stupid.
Yeah, she's not stupid. Dahvie then tells her to get on her knees, apologize, and that way they could stay and the tour. Along with, blood on the dance floor. That's what he's trying to say, is that she has to apologize to him for them to be, part of the tour again.
Yeah.
That is fucking stupid. Guess what Ash says? No fucking way, dude. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's just, you already disrespected me in front of my fans. Why would I do that?
That is
Like,
so disrespectful to do something like that.
Yeah. So then, in return, or in response, Dahvie says, okay, then, just get the fuck out. If you want to throw down, we can throw down. Now, he's talking to a girl, okay?
He's talking to a girl.
He's talking to a girl. Man, you a little bitch, Dahvie. Honestly, because why? Why would you even pick a fight with a girl that's just trying to? First of all, she just don't want to perform with you.
Yeah, and after treating her in such a way, like
Yeah, because you disrespected her in front of her fans. What do you expect to do?
and then now you expect her to get on
Yeah.
her knees
You think she's
and
gonna kiss your
apologize.
ass? Yeah, bro. You some kind of
Yeah, that's why I like Ash Costello in
yeah.
this
You some
case.
kind of crazy if you
it's-
think somebody else is gonna do that after what you've done.
Yeah,
You know, disrespectful. That is just full on disrespectful.
yeah, crazy.
Mm-mm. Hell no, it's not gonna fly with me.
All right, so let's talk about the Jessie Slaughter case. Now, she was a smaller MySpace celebrity at the time who was rumored to have a sexual relationship with Dahvie, and she was 10 at the time. These rumors were circulating from an online post accusing Dahvie of having sex with this girl, and for some reason, most of the people replying to this post were just giving Jessie a lot of hate for it. Yeah, and she soon posted a video on her YouTube channel to address these hate comments that she's been getting, and she claims that she doesn't really care about the comments, and then she proceeds to make a few comments like, if you can't stop hating, you know what? I'll pop a Glock in your mouth and make your brain slushy. Yeah, this is kind of her infamous quote from this video, but
Yeah.
I mean, because of it, she becomes a target of online threats and harassment. And at the time, that was kind of the thing, and she, especially after she caught the attention of for the 4chan community. And when you mess with 4chan, it can be pretty bad.
Well, once you're in their scope, really, it's a suicide almost. You know, when you start talking sideways about different stuff that you shouldn't be talking about, especially, saying something like that is. I don't even say that on the daily. Like, yeah.
I mean, she's 10 years old, so like,
right,
very impressionable.
Yeah, like what are you, man? Where is she even getting all these type of
vernacular?
Yeah, because not even my 13-year-old niece
talks like this.
Yeah, would say something like that. I cannot imagine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No. Yeah.
So people would constantly flood her posts with threats and insults, and she was spammed by hate emails. Somehow they were able to get her address, and they would constantly send her pizza, UPS packages, and prostitutes on Craigslist. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. Imagine somebody ordering 100 pizza to your house.
Yeah, and a prostitute.
Yeah, and a prostitute, right? That is not even the good one.
I feel so bad for this girl.
Yeah.
And then soon after, she posts the famous video of her crying and pleading the internet to stop, with her father yelling in the background. And in response, people on the internet turn her father into a meme. Blood on the Dance Floor would write a song called "You Done Goof" about the situation, denying rape allegations and telling Jessie to get fucked. Man,
they're telling a whole.
She's 10.
Yeah, they're
10.
telling this to a 10-year-old. Okay, that's.
Yeah, and so they already posted. I mean, they also posted a parody video of Jay and acting as Jessie, and Dahvie in the background screaming just like Jessie's father. It's pretty messed up.
Yeah,
this video.
Wow.
And, Jessie Slaughter's story is truly heartbreaking because her father would later be arrested for abusing her, and she also ended up changing her name to Damian Leonhardt. And if you want to know more about this case, we'll link a video down in the description below.
Yeah. That's pretty tough for a 10-year-old
to go through all that.
For her to go through all that is really tough.
Yeah.
Because honestly, she was just trying to really.
She's still trying to find herself.
Yeah,
she's just a kid.
She was a little kid, man.
Like, and she doesn't know what she's saying.
Especially you guys. Man, she got like pizzas called on her.
Yeah.
Strippers or prostitutes. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to our next topic, which is going to be no, not next topic. Well, continuing on, this next part is going to be about Jeffree Star, and he was a bit of a what is this called? A polarizing figure when it comes to this specific case. Okay, he is infamous for lying about many things, including the identity of his mom, which I would never lie about, by the way. And
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and publicly calling out Dahvie as well as James Charles for being predators, then taking back his statements months after the fact.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he did do that like a few times.
yeah, no,
Like,
that's
he took back what he said.
that's a red flag right there already.
Yeah.
In 2010, Jeffree posted his infamous series of tweets calling out Dahvie for sexual misconduct with underage girls. A few years later, he would retract these comments, saying that he loves Dahvie like he loved his brother.
Mm-hmm.
A few years later, he would retract these comments, saying that he loves Dahvie like a brother.
Yeah.
Right? And
Wow.
he would also tour with Blood on the Dance Floor a couple times. And in his interview with Chris Hansen, he states that a lot of wild things Dahvie was doing on stage was normal for a rock band to do at the time, which I never see any other rock band do.
Yeah, asking for bras.
Yeah, asking for bras, dude. Like
That's crazy.
I mean, some audience do that, on purpose, but they're not being asked like how Dahvie was.
He was demanding.
Yeah,
he was
said, "I want
screaming.
the Hello Kitty one."
He was
like,
screaming, and
pass that to me.
especially the Hello Kitty one.
Yeah,
and
no,
he knows.
Man,
he knows his audience too. They're teenagers. Wild.
So he didn't see any problem with it at first. He says he was actually only friends with Jayvon Monroe and the other bandmate Brandy Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not with Dahvie. He's not friends with Dahvie. That's what he's trying to say.
So he says.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
After the incident where he was dragged off the stage, Dahvie was able to manipulate people into thinking that the girl was, lying about the accusation or the allegation because she failed the rape kit or the rape test kit.
Yeah.
So, still suspicious. Jeffree says he asked Jay and Brandy, who said they never saw anything. Nothing illegal, and it was all just good, right? This is why Jeffree states he toured with, Blood on the Dance Floor one last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Interestingly enough, in this interview, Jeffree states that he's headlining the tour when, in fact, he was actually just opening for them. All right.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to lie about.
Yeah. To kind of brag that onto fans that are gonna be there,
mm-hmm.
and he's actually just opening for them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He says all of his accusations from those early tweets came from what he heard from other bandmates of Blood on the Dance Floor. He says he never saw anything illegal either, and as of now, Jeffree publicly condemns Dahvie Vanity and doesn't associate with him at all. And right now, we're going to show you his tweet from what he had posted from, I believe this is 2010. And he says, quote unquote, "I'm going to speak the truth until I die. We saw at Blood on the Dance Floor music Dahvie bring underage girls to his hotel rooms and do sexual things. 100% illegal."
I mean, how are you gonna say you didn't see anything when in your posts you said you saw something?
Yeah, exactly. That's very contradictory of what you had just said.
Of course, people are gonna assume that you saw something.
Exactly. I mean, you associate with him in the first place. They would always assume that you saw something, and for you to be claiming that you didn't, and later saying that you did, it's just you gotta get the story right, okay? But and then later on, after a couple of years later, maybe 2 or 3 years, in 2013 of November, he said that I love Dahvie like a brother. And this is, there's 33 retweets on it, 113 likes.
Mm-hmm.
This some people actually, saw this and even like commented on, what the case was. Or
Yeah, it's crazy because Jeffree himself, his credibility is kind of questionable because
right.
Everybody knows, it's kind of widely known that he lies about certain things.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you lied about your mom.
Your mom's identity.
Yeah, your mom's identity. I don't know why people would do that.
That's an interesting case.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jeffree Star has his own allegations that are there's a lot against him too, but that's a different case. We'll talk about it another time.
We'll see. If you guys really want to see that, leave a comment in the description. Or if you guys really want to see that, leave a comment down below. We'll do that for you.
Heck yeah. So now we're going to talk about one of the interviews that we went through as we were researching this case. Now, the girls that did these interviews, they were so brave to come out with their experiences, which were such powerful interviews.
Oh yeah.
And they also give great insight into the types of tragedy that this man has caused.
Mm-hmm.
This is just one case out of hundreds, whatever. So she went by RAFI,
Mm-hmm.
and this case is pretty interesting. She met Dahvie because a friend introduced her to some music of Blood on the Dance Floor, and she had heard that Dahvie answers whoever messages him. I wonder why.
You see, if you're a big celebrity like that, you wouldn't really do that unless you have some type of
Unless you're
motive.
doing something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Rafi had become homeless at an early age because of some trouble she was having at home, and her dad got really sick too. It seemed that Dahvie was kind of targeting her because of this. And actually, if you go through these interviews, this is part of his MO, meaning he usually targeted girls like this. Girls who were from broken households, and parents who couldn't really take care of their kids.
Yeah, which makes sense, because people like Dahvie has money to give their parents, and if it's a broken household and your parents, if the parents do not give a fuck about the kid, then honestly, they would let people like Dahvie, who has money, do whatever to their child. Unfortunately, it does happen to many places out there.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
She also mentioned that Dahvie would talk to her on and off, adding her and blocking her on social media.
Mm-hmm.
He would taunt her about not being able to afford his concert tickets. He would make empty promises of free tickets, which never happened. And that's kind of messed up. Kind of just taunting her just because she can't afford it.
Get your hopes up like that.
Yeah. At first, they would just Snapchat each other, but this led to video conversations which were obviously sexual. And she did tell him that she was 13 years old. The video chat ends immediately after he finishes getting his sexual gratification, and she is just left wondering what she did wrong. Yeah. Sometime after, they start talking again, and he says to her that he has to, quote-unquote, take you on a date and face-fuck you.
Oh, hell no, dude.
Yeah, and her also, being 13 at the time, she thought that it meant to make out really hard.
Oh, my God.
This poor girl.
Yeah, she didn't even know what the hell
she
that
didn't know.
was.
She didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
She didn't know what was coming.
That's fucking crazy.
It's messed up. Yeah. They decided to meet at a mall and watch a movie. When they bought their tickets, he told the guy at the booth that she was his little sister. 20 minutes into the movie, he tries to put her hand on his junk, and she rejects him. He immediately gets up and tells her to follow him to his car, which she does, and from there he forces her to perform oral sex on him. Then he just leaves her at the mall to cry. And then Dahvie sends her a message threatening her not to tell anyone or he'll use his power and money to get her killed. She's so young at the time, and she's terrified. But now she's 22, and she has only just spoken about it for the first time in her life in an interview with Belle Aubrey, which we'll link down in the description.
Yeah, man, that is terrifying for a 13-year-old to experience. You know
Something
what I mean?
like that. Because he's a pop icon. He's supposed to be a good person, or people look up to him.
You should be a role model to people that really idolize you. You know, you should be a positive
treating him
influence
like
to
this.
them. Exactly.
That is abuse.
And yeah, for you to be abusing your power over these, young women is not good, man. You're taking advantage of the money that you have over these, broken families, dude. That is sad.
That's sad.
And for her to come up and talk about it in the interview really shows, like, how strong she is, and she has been for, the past...
She's 22.
Yeah, decade, almost a decade.
And she's only just coming out about it.
Exactly. That's a long time for someone to be, keeping inside and not really talk to anyone about it. You know? And Dahvie's response, and he made a video addressing his allegations in 2017 and 2016.
2015.
Yeah, 2015. Did I say 2015?
You said 2017.
Oh. Now, in response, Dahvie has made a couple of videos addressing his allegations in 2015 and 2016. He completely denies doing any wrongdoing. He didn't do any of it. As far as he's concerned, he's innocent.
Yeah.
Claiming that people are just spreading false accusations against him. He has yet to take any responsibilities for his actions. Now, if you guys check online, there are literally hundreds of cases against him. Okay, these are just a few that we're just telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are wondering where Dahvie is right now, he's still making music on YouTube and advertising himself on Instagram. You guys, he's still publicly influencing your children out there. Okay, he still has following. Okay, and there's been no official criminal cases against him that is filed by anyone, the authority, right? After all these allegations, Dahvie changed his name to Kawaii Monster, which I believe a lot of kids, especially one of my niece, I've heard her talk about this, and I didn't know until today that was him. That's fucking crazy, dude. And this was only last year that he changed his name.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's changed his name again to Vivid Nightmares Official on Instagram only, and he's also Dark Arts Official on Instagram. So that's 2 accounts on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I believe that was a YouTube and Kawaii Monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also runs a website where he sells merchandise to what's left of his fan base called the darkartofficial.com.
Yeah.
Do not go on. If you guys are following...
It's crazy that he still has people following him and buying his merchandise.
Please, guys, unfollow. This guy really is somebody who really do not deserve any attention from anyone except the authorities.
Yeah.
Honestly. Knowing that the FBI is currently involved, they're most likely, compiling a case against him. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, just please do not follow any of his accounts, or honestly, please don't.
Yeah.
For just a really,
this guy.
it's really not good to support anyone like this. For just a little trivia for you guys, XXXTentacion name drops Blood on the dance floor in an interview when stating his music inspirations. Here's the clip, real quick.
I grew up listening to The Fray, 3 Days Grace, Papa Roach.
Really?
Yeah, bro, like I was weird. I listened to Blood on the dance floor, like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
even him, he said, you know, I was weird. I listened to Blood on the Dance Floor. Like, he knew that.
It's weird. Yeah, he knew that it was weird.
Yeah, he knew that it was weird. He said it, you know. That was weird. I listened to the Blood on the Dance Floor. Like, yeah, he had an idea what was going on. I'm pretty sure of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One more thing to mention, actually, Dahvie was actually going bald. Jayvon Monroe and BOTDF staff have all confirmed Dahvie's hair loss due to his unhealthy practices with his wigs. He would keep them on for weeks, sometimes months at a time. He would shower, sleep, have sex, perform, and work out, all without removing the wigs or the glue.
Oh my goodness.
He would actually be hospitalized because of a staph infection that developed on an open wound on his scalp from never removing the wigs.
Man, that's...
Yeah, it's
bro,
pretty crazy.
You're disgusting, bro. Like, you don't even have proper hygiene down,
Yeah,
dude.
just
Like,
take it off, man. Just
honestly,
wash your hair.
Wash your hair.
Wash your head.
Wash your head.
It's
Dude,
disgusting.
you sweat a lot under
something
your,
like that, yeah.
On your scalp.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that's, like, exposed to the sun all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that hairdo you got on, dude.
Yeah, you must be sweating under that.
Ugly ass, dude.
Yeah. Up on the screen is Jayvon Monroe's comments on it on Facebook. It says, it's a lace front wig. I used to cut and color them for him and glue it down. He actually has a kind of alopecia that happens when you wear extensions for too long. So it's mostly bald with patches.
You can see about 26 people laughed and loved this comment by Jayvon Monroe. And the next picture is going to be of Dahvie with his, you know, just had no wigs, nothing. It's just him, bald headed, tattooed, and
he's got his tongue out. I mean, you can't really tell if he's wearing makeup because he's got sunglasses on.
Yeah.
But you know he's like trying to be incognito in this picture.
Yeah, he really is.
It looks like something that somebody found on the internet and was like, "Hey, that's Dahvie Vanity."
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't think that this was him at all after seeing like the previous photos that we showed you guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you can tell because of the tattoos,
right?
And I guess his nose.
Yeah. But other than that, really, he is trying to be like, not to be too much of a, what's that called? A pop star looking, too much glitter on your face type
Yeah,
thing.
he actually looks more like a pedophile here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know if it's working what he got on.
Yeah.
This doesn't help him at all.
All right, Jan, so what do you think about Dahvie Vanity?
Man, I really think that he's nasty. He's disgusting.
He's disgusting.
Yeah, he's disgusting. You do not ask any of your fans for any of their bras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is...
And, like, the disrespect he had towards the people who are close to him.
And that, too. I was going to say, the way you treated the people that performed with you, and let alone going to the fact that you harassed them.
Yeah.
You know, that is low, dude.
That is low.
That is fucking low. You don't do that to anyone that works with you, man. It is something that really I don't know. It's just nasty.
Yeah.
It's just nasty. I do not like you. Honestly, dude. Yeah, it's crazy how you're not you haven't been what is that called? Charged with anything yet?
Yeah, convicted.
Yeah, convicted. There you go. Because honestly, there are a lot of women that talks about him being that, you know, predator that he is. And you shouldn't let anybody walk around, let alone influence your kids like that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. What do you think should happen to Dahvie since he hasn't been convicted of any crime yet?
Well, for sure, he needs to be registered as a convicted sex felon.
That is for sure.
Yeah, sex offender, and he needs to go to prison. I say for life.
I say for life too. Honestly, I wouldn't even like second guess that. Yeah,
He messed up a lot of girls' lives.
a lot of girls' lives.
And he manipulated and abuses people. He seems like a narcissist, and he's very vain. So vanity, it's quite fitting for his name.
It really is. It really is. And that just shows you, man. It's you really never know what people are like capable of.
Yeah.
You know, like this dude, from a rock star to nothing. It's fucking crazy, man.
He's pretty much a shadow of his former self now.
Yeah, it's very low. I don't like it.
Well, what about everyone else? Tell us what you think about Dahvie Vanity and what you think he deserves. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether you think he deserves life or maybe just a few years, let us know.
Exactly, and whatever it is, we're gonna read it. We're gonna go through it, and we'll respect whatever opinion you guys have. Honestly, this is what this is all about.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, and so that is the Dahvie Vanity case, otherwise known as the Bra Bandit, frontman of Blood on the Dance Floor, master manipulator. We hope we were able to shine some light for you guys today.
And if you guys enjoyed the episode today, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really do helps us out, right?
It really
does. Come on, do it. Come on, you gotta do it right now, all right? Yeah. All right. With that being said, welcome to the Night Parade. My name is Jan,
and I'm Glenn, and that's right. Welcome to the Night Parade.
Peace out.